Welcome back. Now at the half-year mark, robust commodity prices are fueling Master Drilling's outlook. During the period, the Advanced Drilling Solutions Group posted a near 5% rise in revenue, while headline earnings per share in rand terms also increased by a similar margin. This despite the uncertain global and economic climate. However, no interim dividend that is, has been declared, but one will be considered at the full-year mark. Company CFO André van Deventer joins us with his take on the performance. André, thanks so much for your time this afternoon. And let's just, reflect on the 6 months that was, I mentioned there, the macro environment not looking good, but the group still managed to deliver both top and bottom line growth.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me. Yeah, I think it's been a busy 6 months. I can put it that way. I think it's been a lot of instability all over, especially up in Africa. But I think we as a group, we've positioned ourselves, to head into the second half of the year in a good position. We had a lot of contracts that ended, new ones starting, so we had a lot of equipment that we had to move, to different areas, different countries. So yeah, as I say, it's been very busy, but setting ourselves up for rest of the year. So we're very positive, especially where all the commodities are. Prices look good, even though we've got a bit of a weaker dollar at the moment, which is never good for a company like ours. But I think the commodities look strong, and a lot of work coming in.
And we'll get into the commodities picture. I just want to touch on your cost line and how you've been managing to manage and keep a tight lid on costs, considering that there's been so much movement with some contracts ending and other contracts kicking in.
Yeah, look, cost together with capital discipline for us is two of the big things we focus on a lot. So, we keep all the project managers responsible for achieving a certain margin. So, even though you don't have the full production as you're supposed to, or need to manage the cost then. So it's a huge focus of the group. Obviously, with the different currencies we operate in, that can also play a role in our costs. So we're very sensitive on that as well. So we need to get strategies in place where currencies move a lot and that influence your cost to try and mitigate that as well. I think a lot of the success of the business in the past on cost-wise has been the business we developed over the last 10, 15 years in China, where we've got our own company doing logistics for us, doing procurement for us, doing manufacturing for us. So by that, having a big cost benefit for our clients as well.
All right, let's look at that commodities picture in greater detail. I know the group is really exposed to commodities like gold and copper. Those have been, of course, trending higher, with gold breaking past record after record over the past year or so. How has that translated into some of the regions, particularly Africa, when it comes to gold? You did mention that there was some pressures there. Was that the stronger commodity price, did that manage to offset some of the pressures you were seeing in Africa?
Yeah, copper and gold has been, we do a lot of copper and gold up in Africa, in the DRC, especially a lot of copper. So that has been very strong, and we saw a lot of demand from the client side on the gold side. So that helped a lot. A couple of capital projects that started up in the gold space. So I think copper gold has been very good for us. Platinum on the South African side also performed very strong. So we've had additional work coming from the platinum side. And then I think our biggest one at the moment is actually what we put together: zinc, silver, zinc and silver. So that's been also very strong for us. I think the benefit is the clients we work for as a very low cost base. So even though maybe the prices aren't really as high as it used to be, but still very strong, our clients are in a very good position with that. So I think, all the four major commodities we play in had very strong run on price, and we see a lot of new projects coming on board.
Let's talk about those new projects that are coming through. Just zooming in on South America as well. What does the growth trajectory look like on that front? I can imagine that it's also a key region considering the exposure to critical minerals and also some of those ESG practices there. Let's talk about that and the pipeline we're seeing there.
Yeah, look, South America, we've been active in South America for more than 20 years. And I must say the last 5-6 years, South America has not done very well. We saw periods where we haven't had good operational performance. We had some of the countries actually lost making certain periods. So a lot of work has gone into South America the last, I would say, 18 months, 24 months. And we saw the benefit of that in this reporting cycle. It's been a very strong performance. I think as a region, they actually have been contributing the most to the group, so that's very good. Chile for us is especially strong, and Chile, as everybody knows, is driven very hard by copper. On the Codelco side, we do a lot of work with Codelco, so a lot of copper. And, copper is strong. And I mean, again, it's maybe not the price is not as high as it's been, but the outlook for that is very positive, and everybody predicts a big shortage on the copper side, so a lot of work on the copper. So no, South America has been very good for us.
Okay, so there's also been a machine, right? There was a machine that was impaired in the last financial year as it was not being used. I see that you've secured a contract for that machine, and that resulting in a partial reversal of the impairment that you booked last in FY 2024. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, that machine is very specialized. It's a mobile tunnel borer we developed for the mining industry. So we've done 2 projects on that in the platinum market in South Africa, but it came to an end somewhere end of 23. For 24, it didn't have any work, and there actually weren't any work in the pipeline for that machine. And given that it's so specialized, we made the decision to impair it. But then we went into discussions with a client in South Africa as well, also platinum industry. And we've signed a contract just before half year to put that piece of equipment on a project here. So we're very excited about that, very thankful for our client. We can prove the concept, and look, we still believe it's one of those technologies that will change the world. And we've got an opportunity to prove it now on this project. And then hopefully when that goes well, we can roll it out internationally and really make it a big part of our business going forward.
And let's talk CapEx, where you'll be putting money moving forward. Are you eyeing any new assets, and will it be assets that potentially advance the group's technological capabilities? I know work around remote drilling has been an exciting advancement for Master Drilling.
Yeah, look, a lot of focus the last 18 months on spend on tech. As mentioned, we've had this tunnel borer we developed and improved now. We're also busy developing together with the IDC a shaft boring machine that can drill shafts up to 2 kilometers mechanically. So also very excited about that, and a lot of capital being spent on that. And then, like you mentioned, on the tech stuff on remote drilling, we feel very strong to get people out of the way of harm. Have them rather sit in an office or a nice container, air-conditioned container, and operate the machine remotely instead of being underground and potentially in danger. So a lot of development. We've rolled out a lot of machines currently already drilling remotely. So yeah, a lot of spent on that. We don't foresee second half that much capital. We spent a lot of money the last couple of years on expanding our fleet. Our fleet is up to 148 machines. We've got another 7 machines that under work in progress, but nearly complete. So not that much to spend to complete those machines, and then it can be rolled out in the group. So capital might come down a bit.
All right, let's leave it there. Andre, thanks so much for your time and just taking us through the 6 months that was for Master Drilling. Now, that was André van Deventer, CFO of Master Drilling.